Right.
What's up?
The thing I found about the Egyptians in Ohio was actually from a paper that was written. It's postulating it. I guess they took a lot of the evidence that they had been finding and saying this shows that there might have actually been Egyptians there.
Oh, it's from 1937?
That's when the guy was, I think, born. This is 40 years ago.
Oh,
so
wow.
That amulet was brass, apparently, and it was found near Cincinnati. And where I actually think that it might have been trade routes, because there was some stones that have been found in various parts of the world that are from specifically Ohio, because it's like a rainbow shale that was used in like arrowheads and stuff a long, long time ago. Like that area was used to make weapons like the first, like 12,000 years ago when the first people were kind of in North America. But that area in Ohio also is known as the sandstone capital of the world. And I don't know if that's related to the Egyptians, because that's what the pyramids are made out of, you know. There's tons of sandstone that is very specific to that region.
Yeah.
So
Pyramids made out of sandstone?
I thought so. Yeah,
I've heard this.
There's 21, from 1800 to 1980, 21 times the amount of sandstone that made the Great Pyramid was shipped out of Ohio to make various buildings all over the world.
Really?
Most of them in the United States, obviously, but all over the place.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, just weird facts I found after Graham came
History
through.
of the humans.
We don't know history.
We know some. All right?
The only history that we know is the one we go discover on our own time. The one that's presented to us is not history. It's all lies.
Well, it's not all lies.
All of it.
There's some lies.
I found that too.
Lost civilization in Grand Canyon was, Egyptian?
Yeah, the Smithsonian published some stuff in 1909,
Oh, wow.
I guess, that where all this came from. There was an article that got written, and I don't know how much of it they proved or was proven, or it was just newspaper. It's
Whoa.
like bait back in the day.
Look at this.
kind of,
Even
but-
more amazing, the artifact didn't match up to anything on the known record. Rather than appearing to be of Native American origin, as one might expect, the object had distinct Egyptian or Tibetan designs. Could there have been an entire civilization of Egyptians living here? If so, how did they get here? Dun, dun, dun.
It's not that hard. Hop in the boat, man. You got cats that leave Africa and try to come to Spain and all these places on a chicken wing.
Yeah.
You know?
It is interesting, right? Like the population of Cuba. Cuba's so insanely diverse, and it's right there. Like, what is the history of that other than the slave routes? Like, what is the history of Cuba? Because Cuba is very distinct African people living there.
The whole Caribbean, all that whole area is has a lot of African roots to it. But that's just a place that was conquered by the Spain, by the Cortezes, those type of people.
But what really disturbs me is there's no way to know exactly what happened. It's like you're piecing things together based on artifacts and historical record, things that people wrote down, and journals and logs. And it's,
there's people that have traveled. So, again, I've studied this so long ago, but I remember reading primary source from somebody that traveled with Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus. And he was saying very specific things about his accounts when he reached these different places. And he was saying things like, we got to the land and we found Africans. And I remember him specifically saying, so no matter where we go, we find Africans. And he said it as if he was disappointed. And then they started talking about they started talking about their culture and describing their culture. You just got to go look at the people that travel with Cristobal Colon, and there's some firsthand accounts there, and they're very honest about it.
Dude, I'm gonna look into that now. That's very interesting. I'm gonna ask Graham about that too, what he knows about it. 'Cause he's studied, especially on his latest book, he studied a lot about the various cultures that made it to North America and South America.
Okay. Yeah. It's just very rich in history. Very, very rich in history.